Foss.
Here.
Councilman Fallon. Councilman Hondo.
Here.
Councilman Patrizzi. Councilman Stein.
Here.
Vice President Bodine.
Here.
President Engel.
Here. Okay, Daryl?
Beginning a new year, and through emergency management, I tasked to let every councilman know we got a sheet for him. In order to receive federal grants, we have to be NIM certified, okay? Which means in turn that everybody has to take a class. You have your choice. You can take the IS 100 or 700 on the internet. It's 3 hours each, and there's a test with that. Or you can take the new class that is designated by the county, which is 402, which is virtual. It's only 3 hours, but you have to have an individual computer. You can't share a computer because you'll probably be asking questions. And that's on January 26th. It gives you instructions on how to sign in to the class there. If you ever have any questions, I can be contacted. It's important that we get this done. I'm going to be going to the fire departments too to make sure all their new line officers are certified also. I did get a message from FEMA when one of the fire departments applied for a grant. They wanted to verify that they were NIM certified. So it's coming down that everything the federal government gives you is going to have to. And I'm going to need a copy of your certificate. If you took the one in 700 before and have a copy of your certificate, give it to me. You won't have to take this.
We took that back a few years ago, right?
Yeah. I need a copy of the certificate so I can keep it in my file.
If I can find it, I'll look for it.
If not, you'll have to take that class that's on there. It's on January 26th. So it's a 3-hour class, no test. Or if you want to take the two classes, which is 3 hours a piece, with the test on the computer, if you fail, you have to wait a while to retest. So it's a must that I get this done as soon as I can. That's all I have. Thanks.
Okay, Daryl. Thank you.
Thanks, Daryl.
Okay, Joseph. Roll call back. We did it anyway. Right there.
All right, on the agenda for next week will be the collective bargaining agreement for Public Works. They're drawing it up now. We'll get it to the solicitor. By Monday, everyone will have a copy in their hands, and the solicitor will discuss before the meeting. We'll have a executive session at 6:30 for one legal matter, and Greg can expound on the contract.
Is that
Next Wednesday, 6:30 before the town meeting. 2022 budget, worked it through some kinks. We will vote on that, and we'll vote on a tax levy ordinance with a 1.5 mil increase. Condemnations.
Can we talk about the budget, the 22 budget?
Yeah.
So at our meeting last night, that we were talking about certain items. Did we pay the bond payment for the new building?
Yes.
We did pay that. We paid that. So we're paid up to date.
We're paid up to date.
All right. Just because I didn't, in the confusion, I didn't know if we did or not. Oh, okay. Another question I have is on the MMOs that we had, that were not paid last year and this year, and I know there were no penalties, but the interest is quite costly for us. And I'm wondering why we weren't notified, because I had it set up through Munhall to send everyone a letter if they were not paid. And I'm truly troubled by that, because when I first got on council, we ran into this problem, and then I had it set up, if there were any changes or anything happened with the MMOs, that they would send us letters. And we got plenty of letters, I'm sure you all got them. But for some ungodly reason, we've stopped getting them and we were never notified that the MMOs were not paid. So I have a real issue with that. I'm not happy with Munhall. I'm not happy with not paying our MMOs and costing us an extra $50,000, which we shouldn't have to pay, because that money needs to be paid. So I'm wondering if anyone here ordered them to stop sending us information on the MMOs for Munhall. No? So why did they stop doing that? Because I had that as a catch. If anything would happen, we would all be aware. The mayor was supposed to get a letter, council would get a letter, the people on the police pension board were to get a letter, borough manager was to get a letter, and probably a couple other people. No one ever got a letter saying that the MMOs were not paid. That's wrong. So I have a real complaint about that, and I'm going to complain to Munhall further, because I spoke with them and I asked them that directly, and the girl said, well, I've only been here 2.5 years and I'm not really sure why or how this happened, but it happened. So that's all I have to ask about the budget.
It looks like this past year we stopped getting them.
Sometimes we stop getting them, yeah.
We used to get letters from them too, if something would change.
In the pension.
In a change in the pension, or
Right.
if one of our retired officers or had an adjustment.
So somewhere along the way, someone has changed that.
I remember I used to get them like sick.
Right, and that was a safeguard
Those every
so
month
that
or
we
so.
would know if they weren't paid.
Who could change it?
I don't know. Someone could call them and say, hey, I want to change.
Done.
I mean, you,
I did call and change.
no. You had to put in to send the letters, right?
Right.
Who do you think would call to change it?
I have no
Or they do it
idea.
on their own?
I had no idea. Maybe they did it on their own. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
They got new
not pointing a name at anyone.
No.
I'm letting you all know that I had a safeguard set up that was in place. That if that didn't happen, we would know that.
Or maybe they got new people in there, they just,
That sure shouldn't happen.
forgot
Pardon me?
about it.
It shouldn't
didn't
happen.
see it, or didn't
It
know.
shouldn't happen. No, we need to be aware of that. I mean, $50,000 in penalty is nothing to laugh about. And it's, it's the salary of an employee. So, I was very disturbed that when I found out that we didn't get any letters, that didn't happen. So I'm gonna leave it at that for now, but I am gonna call them and find out if anyone did direct them. I doubt that they're gonna know that, but I mean, that was set up for that one specific purpose, so that we would know if we were getting in financial trouble again. So that's all I have to say about the budget.
Can I make a statement about the budget, please? Last night when we were all here, I want to clarify for the record, okay? It was said that the week before at the meeting, that Mr. Youngkins made a comment about hiring 2 administrative salary staff. And then when I questioned it, we went down to 1. Personally, if he said that, he wasn't on council, nor am I. But all of a sudden, it did appear in the budget last night on those papers that were passed out. I really think that's very shaky. Because had I not said about 2, then we wouldn't have gotten down to 1. And secondly, if we're already in debt, I know I keep saying this, to add another staff person when we're already in debt, to me, I think it's very shameful. And I just want to say, where is your conscience? For all the people who, because of the pandemic, because of everything that's going on right now, to say that we'll raise the millage to make the budget meet. I just want it set for the record. I think it's very sad. And then at the end, when there's an additional, I'd like to continue with the agenda, but where it's additional items, I need to ask one more question, okay?
Okay, back to Reed, that's why, come January, when you get sworn in, you, Dave, all right, no, here we go. Do you open it up, and then you take that out of there?
Okay,
No, then it won't be shady.
Very simple.
First of all, council makes the hiring. Council makes these decisions. The budget doesn't dictate what happens in the borough. So all happens, you put this in the budget. Guess what, if you don't set, if council determines they don't want to spend that in the budget, it doesn't get spent. This council's #1 priority is the budget. We had 2 meetings. Could have said, change that number to this, we could have did it. Condemnations. Act 152 allowed us, we went thinking we can get more, we can get a better chance of tearing down homes if we 3 boroughs went together, Homestead and West Homestead. We put in for like 10 10 dwellings, and it came back, we ended up getting 2, Homestead got 4, and West Homestead got 4. So we have to condemn 2 buildings for them to be demoed. We'll have a public hearing next Wednesday, and council will vote to condemn these buildings. They're 925 and 931 Ravine Street. We'll go through the process, condemnation process. We will post in front of their homes, and we already advertised for any of the residents who feel that they don't want to tear these buildings down, they could come and they could talk to council, sway of one.
What were the numbers again?
925 and 931. Two buildings are in the woods that are,
Yeah, there's no roads or
there's no roads or anything, they're just in the woods.
And they're in Ravine Street?
Hayes Lane, Hayes Lane, right
Off of
there.
Hayes Lane. We'll start that bend around Hayes Lane, like to the right where that bend is. If they're in the woods, no one even knows they're in stuff, probably neighborhood kids down there.
You're on top of the hill.
Huh?
You're on top of the hill, you can't see it.
No.
Raymond Bonner Way. Council will vote if they would like the engineer to design the project to move forward with the paving of Raymond Bonner Way for the grant money that we're receiving.
Didn't you receive a grant for that? I was just gonna ask you.
Yeah, 300,000. That's all I have.
Go ahead, Reed.
I want to ask each person this question because, as you all know, I'm not on council yet. But today when I went out to get my mail at 5 o'clock, there was a package there. I thought it was for my sister because it's Christmas and we often do this, and it said perishable. So I opened it up, and it is a Silver Star ham. And I have the letter, I have the notice here. It's from Legal Tax. And I'm going to ask each person if they get this.
Yep, I got one.
You got one? Thank
Yep.
you, Hardy.
I received one.
I got one.
Everybody here?
No, I didn't get one.
No? Rob, you said
Yeah,
yes?
I said I got one.
Mr. Bodadian?
Yeah.
Mr. Warhola? Kevin?
I wasn't up, did we?
I
I
don't.
didn't see
No, I'm
anything today.
I didn't get one.
I didn't see anything today.
Is that what happens when you get on council?
Really, you have to ask legal tax. I didn't ask.
Do you accept it?
I didn't ask her for a ham.
Did you accept it?
Yeah, I guess I did.
I did.
No, no, really, I
Accept it
did.
every year?
No, I didn't accept it. I didn't
No, it
give
ended up
my-
on my porch, and some people give them to the food bank down in Homestead.
Yeah.
Some people give them to other people, other organizations. Some people don't care to eat them, but if it shows up on your porch, what are you gonna do? Send it back?
Well, that's what I'm asking all of you. I will not accept it. I won't accept anything from anybody. Everybody who
Well,
goes
then
out
my
to lunch and supper
recommendation
with
to
me
you
knows
would
I don't
be,
accept
my recommendation to you would be to take it down to Homestead, to the
kitchen.
kitchen.
Or I was thinking about the veterans.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That would
But
be-
I want it
that
stated
would be
for the record.
appropriate.
I did get that box today. I was very highly insulted. And I'm even more insulted to think that that kind of stuff goes on. With me, it doesn't go on. I didn't accept this position or get voted in to get this kind of stuff. I
It
don't.
says you have to keep it. I donate to St. Teresa every year.
That's
Make another
great.
family, make another family
see.
happy with it.
That's all. That's all you
That's it.
can
This
do.
is my first time,
Yeah.
Jason, and, you
I didn't
know.
know this happened either until I got on council. And I got, I'm like, why am I getting this? I don't want this. I'll give somebody who can use it, that's all.
If you like, I could let legal tax know that Munhall Borough no longer wants to accept these gifts. If anybody feels that way, I could do that. Council, you want to advise me to do that, I can do that.
I don't think it's up to you to talk for all of us. Not all of us are here, but
I'm not talking for everyone. I asked a question to council. I said, council, if you'd like me to do that, let me know. Did I say anything about offering this, that is making decisions for everybody? I don't think so.
It's, just some of the money said, you pass it to some needy family. So,
And being that I do go down to the vet center down in Homestead, I'm sure that they would more than welcome that.
Yep.
gotcha. Thank you.
Seems like an odd gift though. It's a whole hand. It's not easy to store, it's not easy to cook. It's like, man, that's what I give it away. 'cause
it's too big too.
That's huge.